Starting now on the fender and hood. I decided I'm not going to blend that fender, so I gotta just make sure it all matches. I'm going to wet sand this with 400 by hand, and I already got the hood prepped. I hit it with 320 and then went by hand with a scuff pad. And anywhere it was still a little weird, cleaned it right off. And I got a tip for you. This was a mistake from myself. I went to go shut this hood like that, and it dented it, so I had to repair it, and that did not go. I had to do that off the clock and eat that job, so my fault. Damn thin metals. Yeah, I'm gonna start wet sanding. I'll show you how I do this all and give you some tips. So I'll be back. Alright, when I wet sand, I like to cover up any where I don't want to get sanding dust on. Keep it all out. I got a couple blocks here. This one is called the big block. It's just a regular sanding block. It's like an inch bigger. So can you see that? Yeah, it's just an inch bigger. It does work nice because this side's hard, this side's soft. I got another block here that's more solid, more harder rubber. This does work too, but I'm going to use this. It's a little more solid. And first things first, you want to fold the paper around in 3 on it. Fold the paper like that. And then get your water. I got like a little bit of soapy water mixed up. I'm going to wet this down first. I'm going to wet my paper too. Now this is a very clean form of sanding. Well, not like dry sanding, but I mean the work comes out cleaner. It's just a lot of slop to clean up. And nice and wet because the water is the lubricant for the paper. And I'm actually going to wet sand this whole fender because I'm blending it. I'm going to sand it with 800. And let's see. See the water's coming, the dust comes right off the paper. Now that there, where my finger mark is, where I was trying to scoop up the bug, I got to work at that. And you'll see it start to disappear. Where's my squeegee? And you can use one of these rubber squeegees here, and it'll take the panel nice and dry. See where my mistake is there? You got that on the camera? I can't tell. It's backlit. Look. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. So I got to work at that until it comes off. Now I got about 4 coats of primer on here because this is I don't know. It goes on a little bit thinner than regular. It's not as thick surfacer. So I'm gonna keep working at it until it comes off. And you can see it disappearing already, and I still have a lot to work with. And you can see some sand scratches in it. Working at it. And if I do burn through, I'll go back and I'll spot primer it, and then and sand that with some 600. I'm just trying to feather it out. So, just about out now. So I'll come back when I'm all finished and I'll show you how it looks. But you get the idea of what I'm doing, right? Yeah, just gotta keep it wet. Alright, I got the fender prepped now. I sanded it with 800 wet, and then I went over all my edges with this scuff pad here. This is different from 3M. It's made by Merca, and they're expensive, but you know what? They work nice and pay for themselves because these will last about, I don't know. I used, longest one I've used one was like 6 cars. So, and as you see down here, there's a piece of trim goes along the bottom. Now I could have left it on and scuffed around it and put my tape on here, but I don't like doing that because I've seen them still, like people leave these on, just tape them off and then prep around it. The paint will peel and you'll see it lifting right there because it didn't get too good in that gap. So I decided, I popped it off, I dropped it, and I see that there's a line right here. So I scuffed a little bit past it, and I'm going to put a tape, I'm going to hard line right here, roll the edge, and then that'll be where I break off at. Now if this wasn't here, I'd prep all the way down to where it was at the bottom of the fender, but I don't have to do that. So, and one thing is, when your paint will stick to is when you look at your panel and it's a nice matte finish and there's no gloss. So, and I'm looking at it now, I know that the clear coat will stick to that because it's going to be color to maybe here. It's gonna be color. This has to get colored, so I'm probably gonna have color to about here, and then the rest will be clear coat when I blend it. So guess I'll get ready. I'll start getting ready for paint. I got the hood all. I gotta clean off the hood still, and we're good to go. Alright, getting ready now to paint the fender and the hood. I'm going to sealer them first. I'll let them flash, and then I'll be able to base and clear. A little nervous at painting the hood, but I'm going to try my best. I got to clean it again. I'll wipe it down with multi-prep, and I'll tack it. And I'll do the same thing, wipe that with multi-prep. Be ready to go. So wish me luck, guys. Next time you'll see it is when I get ready to lay sealer down. So go. Here's the fender and sealer. Here's the hood and sealer. Starting to get nervous as hell now, because of my overlap issues when I paint. And white is not something I'm too pleasant with, but I'm going to try my best. So I'm letting them flash off now, and then I'll get them ready I'll tack them off and then paint them. So there you go, guys. Wish me luck when I go to lay this base. Oh my god, I'm scared. There's the base. Put 2 coats on. Now I'm going to do the clear, and I am so glad that when I laid the base, it came out nice. Like I watched my overlap as I went each way. Like I would do here, and then come back, bring my gun up a little bit, and then go back, and then bring it up, and then go back, and keep going until I got it. And I'm getting down I'm on my knees, and I'm looking, and I don't see any kind of marks of tiger stripes or anything. So it looks really, really nice, and I'm happy with that. You can see how I blended the fender now. I'm going to do the clear coat now, and it should all lay out nice, and be good to go. So I'll be back afterward after I'm done laying the clear, and I'll show you what it looks like. Hood and fender and clear coat now. Tommy Shoe, I'm painting in the Sahara Desert like you, man. If the light will pick it up, you can see there is dirt nibs in my paint. I'm gonna have to wet sand and buff this for like 1,500, 3,000, and clean it up. They're just peppered across. I mean, even though I blew it off and I tacked it, it's still a bunch of dirt in my clear. So, oh well. But the fender doesn't have too much in it. It's only a couple small spots. The fender came out nice. I mean, the blend, real awesome. This hood, oh man, I'm pissed off that this happened, because now I gotta, I was going to wet sand and buffing anyway, but now, I put, instead of 3 coats of clear, I put 4 coats down, just in case, so I don't burn through nothing. But you know, the one thing I can say a thumbs up is to, there are no tiger stripes. My overlap's perfect, you know, but other than that, I think I perfected the white on white paint job. So I just like to get it outside and check it out. I'm gonna let it sit and dry for about 2 hours, and I'll be able to pick it up and let it sit outside. So, ugh, man, I need to get a paint booth. Oh well, shit happens. You can't prevent it. I guess next will be wet sanding and buffing this hood. So there you go, guys. That's all for now. It's good enough.